This is All India Radio. Soojh, Boojh. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar and National Innovation Foundation Ahmedabad present Science Serial Soojh Boojh Episode 12 titled New Caravan. Hello listeners, I am Rajesh Kamboj.
And I am Mamta.
We are going to present this science serial Soojh Boojh. Friends, I am pleased to present to you today two more distinguished innovators of our country. But before I do that, may I ask you a simple question about metals?
Who, me?
No, to our listeners. Because the innovations we are going to present to you also deal with metals. Now this question is like this. Can you name the first two metals that were discovered and used by our ancestors more than 5,000 years back from now?
Well, you have guessed it right, friends. These metals are iron and gold. Our chemistry scholars may call them ferrum and aurum, but we them only as iron and gold, right? Recently, I read a very interesting story, Rajesh, of how the early man became familiar with the iron metal. And according to this story, more than 5,000 years back, our ancestors actually saw a real big meteor falling from the sky.
Okay.
They were initially very scared. But a few days later, they became very curious and approached the meteorite piece. And behold, a short time later, they were extracting iron from the stone and started using it.
So dear listeners, I hope you got our message that the first innovation we are going to describe to you actually deals with the iron metal. And our second innovation obviously relates to the metal gold. It may really be difficult for you to believe that our early ancestors actually discovered and used the gold metal even before they could lay their hands on the meteorite stone. Scientists believe this was due to the unique golden color of this native metal, which has attracted us all along for millennia.
Of course.
As these two metals are an intimate part and parcel of our lives even today. So we need newer innovations that facilitate availability of newer ways and gadgets relating to use of these metals, right?
Right. And that is where lies the significance and importance of the two innovations created by Sri Abdul Rahman Sheikh of Kashmir and Sri Madan Mohan Verma of Delhi. While Sri Sheikh has developed a unique iron cutter, Sri Verma has built a machine which makes a variety of chains of gold automatically. Friends, having told this interesting information to you, I'm sure you must be sitting upright with interest and ready to listen to some exciting details of these useful gadgets and also wish to know how and why these innovators were motivated to undergo a journey of struggle in their lives.
But, Mamta, can we talk of both the innovations at one time?
No.
That is not possible, and therefore I suggest we present in detail Sri Abdul Rahman Sheikh of Kashmir and his unique iron cutter first. So, let's talk to him what he has to say.
Hello,
I am Abdul Rahman Sheikh of Verinag, Kashmir. I have 4 sons and 2 daughters. I have completed the responsibility of 4 and 2 are still to be married. I am working in a workshop and was hand to mouth. I thought of iron cutter and made an iron cutter and went to National Innovation Foundation from Srinagar. People in Srinagar, especially Pat Saab from Srinagar, helped us a lot. And Mr. Najib Saib and Shabir Saib took us to NIF.
So out of this deep love for iron, our 8th standard pass son of a bricklayer, 50-year-old Abdul Rahman Sheikh has indeed created such a novel kind of iron cutter, which is capable of performing as many as 4 kinds of motion.
Listeners, when you hear this all from us, you may not be able to really visualize its functions exactly. So we shall elaborate a bit more on this for your convenience. However, before we do that, we wish to tell you that for this achievement, Sri Sheikh and his family have indeed undergone penances of a great financial and emotional struggle.
Yes, friends, this is true. During this period of struggle, he had to say no to even petty demands of his wife and kids. Let us now come back to Sri Sheikh's very useful iron cutter and ask him how it functions.
Let me tell you, I made iron blade and an angle, and again I sent it to the National Innovation Foundation. It had very good efficiency and had good progress. It can be used for cutting in various degrees, in squares, in circles, or it can be used for cutting anyway. Just put in the power point, switch on the button, and it starts.
Indeed, it can incisively cut iron multidirectionally, needing just one person to handle. A variety of iron materials such as pipes, rods, sheets, etc. can all be cut with this cutter. The 4 kinds of motion that it can perform are the forward-backward, the up and down, the left and right motion, and for cutting at an angle, the cutter can be rotated on its vertical axis. An exciting part is that its cutting range also varies from 1 to 8 inches, while flat sheets of iron of any length can be cut without any difficulty.
Listeners, you could now imagine that this cutter is similar to an angle-cutting bandsawing machine. Hacksaw has been replaced by a toothed cutter and can rotate about its vertical axis, which is perpendicular to the plane of the ground. Now, additional highlight of this cutter is that it can cut at any angle from 0 to 180 degrees. We hope things are getting clearer to you now, so you can always appreciate the novelty in Mr. Sheikh's innovation. Let's congratulate him and ask him about the awards received.
We were very happy, but unfortunately my wife was not with me. That made me sad. If she was alive, she would have been very happy, but when I got national award for my this innovation, even now my children are very happy with my innovations.
Friends, no doubt Sri Sheikh is both enterprising and innovative, and today owns a workshop called Shahbaz Steel Hardworks, where he has provided employment to 1 brother, 2 sons and several other persons. He actually draws huge energy for all this adventure from his unflinching love and loyalty to the firm metal. Strangely, when all of us play with a variety of toys in our childhood, he used to play with toys made only of iron. And as he grew up, he started developing and creating very attractive toys from the metal. And behold, one day he was face to face with the state chief minister, who praised and sent him for a vocational training of his choice.
I was doing this work since my childhood, and I have love for innovation since my childhood. I am an illiterate. We had a general shop and no agriculture. We are resident of Verinag. It's a famous place in Anantnag district, Tehsil Duru. I am illiterate and children earned their livelihood. Then we thought of innovation and did innovation on iron cutter. When we thought innovation, I was working in a shop with a saw. My children were disturbed and annoyed. They had to bring a blade and cut iron rods. At that time I thought of some change, and the idea of an iron cutter came to my mind. When I first made iron cutter, Mr. Anil Gupta came from Ahmedabad and saw it. When he saw our innovation, he was very happy and he gifted me a shawl. When I completed my iron cutter machine, my children were very happy. Earlier it took 1 day to complete the cutting work, but now it can be finished within 1 hour. So now I can say that our innovation is fully successful. After some time, scientists from Srinagar University visited my workshop. They were, what's his name, Zahoor Sahib and Shabbir Sahib. They were all happy. All the papers were got completed and they took us to Delhi.
Friends, there was a time when due to family pressure, he decided to go for a plumbing course which he successfully completed. Then he even worked in this field for a while. But as we said, ultimately the magnetism of iron pulled him back.
He had actually longed for a workshop of his own, which he set up through a great hardship, seeking loans and other assistance. Although today, Sri Sheikh has significant reputation in the market and his iron cutter is under consideration by National Innovation Foundation for patenting. At the same time, he is a sad man who lost his dearest wife in this long struggle. The consolation for him, however, can be the poetry of Sahir Ludhianvi and Muhammad Iqbal, who have praised such hard strugglers.
Similarly, we also have famous Hindi poet like Dr. Harivansh Rai Bachchan, who says, Agnipat, 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 kya mahan drishya hai, chal raha manushya hai, ashru, swed, rakt se latpat. Agnipat, Agnipat, Agnipat.
Rajesh, I'm suddenly reminded of a beautiful dialogue between God and man written by Muhammad Iqbal.
Okay.
In this, God says that he created iron for the strength of man's health and his house. Instead, man decided to use iron for destructive purposes by forging daggers, swords and guns. Listeners, Sri Sheikh's iron cutter is indeed a creative answer to God's shining of man in respect of iron.
So let's ask Mr. Sheikh about his future plans.
God willing, by the next March, the second innovation will also be ready. 95% work has been ready and only 5% is left. This machine will be used for paddy cultivation. Whatever comes in my mind in the evening, I start work on it the very next morning. I also teach my children, but the brain I have, the children do not have that. My 4 children work in different shops. Me and my one son work together in one shop. Earlier we had everything, but unfortunately due to disturbed situation in the valley, all things were snatched from us. I take it as Allah and God's wishes. But I am doing all my efforts to continue in life.
So Mr. Sheikh, what is your message for our young generation?
I would like to say that nobody in Kashmir who is working on innovative projects should be neglected. Our country is a great place for innovators to work. Sometimes the innovators face hardships due to lack of money. Even sometimes they don't have 100 or 1000 rupees. They need financial help. That should come from government. In Kashmir, there are so many innovators who want to work, but they don't have support and moral boost. I wish our government should take steps to support them. Then you will see a flood of innovators. I have one message for children. The young generation is very talented. Along with their studies, they should explore their inherent talent that has been given to them by the Almighty, Allah, the God. They have to move forward in the society, in the world. If we work hard, God will help us and will always remain happy in our life.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sheikh. I really do hope that our young generation learns a lesson from you. Well, dear listeners, Sri Sheikh's innovation of iron cutter suddenly reminds me of man's strange likes and dislikes. Yes, the same man who tries to break all kinds of iron chains binding him leaves no stone unturned to bind himself in the chains of gold.
Now, why this man's hate for one metal and the love for the other metal? Scientists and poets feel this is due to the most beautiful and unique golden color of the gold metal, which has been compared with the golden beauty of the early morning rising sun. Yes, friends, gold metal reminds us all about the golden color of dawn shining all over the rivers, the valleys, canyons, and bringing pure joy.
Friends, that's the reason why the beautiful and magical word gold appears in so many national anthems, such as Bangladesh's anthem Amar Shonar Bangla, and why gold is also called a very precious and a noble metal. No doubt, this historic metal also charmed our innovator Shri Madan Mohan Verma of Delhi to build a machine that makes automatically the golden chains of various sizes and weights.
So let us talk to Manju Verma, who is Madan Mohan Verma's daughter. She is now associated with his works and taking his initiative ahead.
मेरा नाम मंजू वर्मा है और
My name is Manju Verma and I'm daughter of Sri Madan Mohan Verma, a grassroots innovator of gold chain making machine. I have 4 brothers and sisters. My father, Madan Mohan Verma, is a professional goldsmith and has great interest in machineries. Whenever he sees a machine, he starts thinking about it. Due to poor economic conditions, he could only study up to 5th class. At the age of 40, his father, my grandfather, died. But the interest and enthusiasm he had for machines encouraged him for innovations. From his childhood, he started experimenting with small things. At our home, the work of making ornaments from gold was done manually. Earlier, he was always thinking to make gold chain at much faster speed.
Presently a proud father of 5 married sons, Senior Shri Verma is also particularly proud of his gold chain making machine that he built over a long period of time, spending virtually each penny of his life savings to realize this dream. The tale of his life struggle starting from his childhood, when he lost his father at the tender age of 8 years, really moves us emotionally.
But before we plunge into the poignant details of this struggler, let us first try to understand the motive behind his unique innovation. For this, we need to take you to the times of 1960s and 1970s, when a goldsmith in our country would put a gold sheet in a die, heat it and beat it manually for making a simple gold chain.
This used to be a laborious and time-consuming effort which was not properly compensated by a gold chain buyer. Thus, an idea of building an electrically operated automatic machine to make a variety of gold chains crossed Shri Verma's mind.
My father made this machine in 1985, and this is used for making gold chain, which was previously made by hand. Then one day he got some encouragement from somewhere and saw that some chain making machines have been imported in India. He only had a sight of this machine and he thought to design himself this chain making machine so that it can help his fellow goldsmiths. Manually, one can make a single chain in a day, but with this help of this machine, they can make 200 to 250 gold or silver chains in a day.
Let us ask Sri Madan Mohan Verma's daughter that how much time it took to make the machine and how it functions.
This is made of dye and iron, and it took him about 5 years to design it. He did not have much facilities, still he designed a grinder machine for it. After innovating the lathe machine, he started work on a new rubbing machine. This machine has 16 functions, which can be performed simultaneously. This machine can work manually as well as by motor. First a thin wire of gold is made and then this wire is attached to a roller. When this thin wire goes from the die cuts it. Then it passes through hot geyser which makes gold soft. After that it is molded into chain and the wastage come down and is collected in a bag. We can make chain from 3 grams to 25 grams and of different designs. When the process of chain making is complete, then it is peeled to give shine, and after polish, chain is sent to the market.
Listeners, all this may sound quite an advanced technology to us. But believe us, Sri Verma is formally educated only up to the 5th standard. Unbelievable, you may say. But isn't necessity the mother of inventions? Is our real life not a complete school in itself?
So let us ask Manju Verma how her father's innovation reached the masses.
When I grew up and became a teacher, I saw a book named Honeybee in the school. It was written in this book that if you know any innovator who have by his hard work have innovated something, can contact us. Then I rang and contacted Mr. Anil Gupta in Ahmedabad, who was whole and soul of this magazine. Within 2 days, he gave a good response. His team visited us, interviewed my father and asked him what else he can do. And then continuously he was in contact and kept helping us. They used to come here and motivated my father. After their motivation, my father made 5-7 different machines.
Now we will tell you something more, which you may find even harder to digest. Sri Verma has been actually guiding many students and workers in the physico-chemical metallurgical behavior of this most coveted gold medal.
Yes, strange but very, very true. But probably an explanation can be found in a versatile life pattern of Sri Verma. As a fatherless 8-year boy, he had to grow fast to fend for himself. After school hours, he worked in a plastic toys factory. Later, he worked as an apprentice at Baroda with a goldsmith. And subsequently, he went out to learn dye manufacturing at Chin near Mumbai.
Hence, a mix of these diverging experiences and life's personal struggle created not only Verma but the only mechanized gold chain machine in the country at that time. Let us ask his daughter, was he also awarded for his innovation?
Earlier, my father was never awarded and his life was full of struggles. But one day, we received an invitation to receive National Award for this innovation in Rashtrapati Bhavan. When my father got this award, he was extremely happy and said that his hard work of so many years have been successful. Since then, he is full of excitement. Many engineering students came to him with their problems and he used to help them in solving them. He has this motive that he would give best technical knowledge. He is happy and feel proud to help students, and that if they are unable to understand anything, he could mechanically solve their problem. My father ages now 68 years and he is full of confidence and quite healthy. He is still full of enthusiasm. His loves for machines have not ended. Even now he cleans his machines daily and operates them so that they do not get rusted. Students come to him and try to learn things and want to work on new projects related to innovation. He helps them. He also wants that people should come to him.
But times have changed. Each day, gold chain pattern is changing now. And Sri Verma's small machine made of steel and its modification cannot probably meet up with the market demand. Besides, many such advanced machines are already in the market these days. But undoubtedly, Sri Verma's machine continues to serve its purpose in the production of traditional type of gold jewellery and remains, no doubt, a historic piece of a novel innovation of its time.
So friends, with this we come to the end of this episode of the science serial Soojh Boojh.
But we salute these grassroots innovators for their hard work and for their achievements. Soojh Boojh. You were listening to the 12th episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio, Vigyan Prasar and National Innovation Foundation Ahmedabad, titled New Caravan. Script and research was by Devki Nandan. English translation was by Dr. Savita. Coordinator Subodh Mohanty, Dr. R. Gopichandran and TV Venkateshwaran. This episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar. Presented by Dr. R.S. Yadav. Recording and editing by Naveen Kumar. Assisted by Yagyadattu Mishra. And the participants were Ranjan Arneja, Mamta Malkani, Shaili Dubey and Rajesh Kamboj. Friends, please stay with us. We will be asking you 2 questions from this episode. The lucky winner will get free subscription of science magazine Avishkar, published by National Research Development Corporation for 1 year. Our first question is, what inspired Mr. Sheikh to innovate the iron cutter machine? And our second question is, how much formal education Mr. Madan Mohan Verma had? You can send in your answers to this address. Science Serial Soojh Boojh, All India Radio, Post Box number 71, Sansad Marg, New Delhi 110001. Friends, we will be here again with the next episode of this science serial Soojh Boojh, based on grassroots innovators, same day, same time, next week. Till then, goodbye.